Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Oceanus single light interior wall sconce. This is the 2076-93. It's also a 2-light version, and there's a 3-light version. Check them out too. They're all pretty great. So let's get into the size of the fixture itself. And you can use this vertically, and you can also use this horizontally. We're going to be talking about it vertically, more or less. 12.5 inches tall. The width on it is coming in at 4.6, and the projection is only 3.9 inches from the wall coming out, which qualifies this to be ADA compliant. That's Americans with Disabilities Act. This is a sconce can only come out from the wall up to 4 inches, so you can easily pass by it without a problem, which makes this a great sconce for people who are doing hospitality. Let's say you're doing a doctor's office or a hotel or something like that, and you're a designer or an architect. Good sconce for that. It's also good for homeowners who want to put it in a hallway or stairway so you can get by it, and it's going to throw a ton of light, which we'll get into in a little bit. So let's talk about the mounting height really quick. That's going to be 6.3 inches from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of your electrical outlet box if you're using it vertically, and it's coming in at 2.3 inches if you're using it horizontally to the middle of the J box. The back plate on this, which is going to cover this nicely, is 8.9 inches by 4.6. This is what you guys have at home. Or in your building, whatever you're doing. It's a 4-inch J box, so this is what you guys are working with. Okay, I want to show you a little bit more information about that, and how we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions really quick. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over that side. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me, check it out. There's some good line drawings there of the fixture itself and all the different parts, how it goes together. There's a parts list to show you what parts are going to be coming with it, but it's going to show you some really good line drawings and schematic drawings of the back of this fixture and how it goes over your 4-inch junction box. So just remember to take advantage of that if you can. Why don't we touch on finishes really quick. This is made out of aluminum, and when you do these aluminum fixtures from Hubbardton Forge, you're going to be limiting you to these finishes in the pull down menu, which says choose your finish. So pull that down. You may be pairing this up with another Hubbardton Forge fixtures that is not aluminum and offers more finishes than what you see in that pull down menu. We can do custom finishes on this to kind of get you back on track if you're working with this, or if you just happen to want something like bronze or dark smoke, we can kind of work with you there. Drop a quick email, say you're looking at the 2076-93, tell us what you're looking for, and then we can send you a quote. It's not a big deal. Adds a little time and money, but we do it every single day. Let's get into lamping on this. It's going to be using a G9 sockets, take G9 bulbs, so it's going to be you can use lots of different things in this. So the bottom of this has these little wires on it. Sometimes they actually have metal prongs like this guy, so you can see the difference in these things. So as far as LEDs go, well, as far as halogens go, if you want to stick with a halogen, you can still do that. You can still find these out in the marketplace. It's going to be limiting you to a 40-watt halogen, and that's going to be because of the heat generated by a halogen bulb. So if you want to stick with halogens, you can do it, but it's going to be a 40-watt max. If you want to do LEDs, you can do a lot more. So lots of LEDs that are going to be out in the marketplace for this, and a couple caveats to that. So I've tried this fixture. We have these on our showroom floor. I played around with different LEDs. The one thing you want to make sure is you kind of want to go for the more squat and wider LED if you can. So you can see this one is wider than this one's wider than this one, and it's going to fit into the fixture better. So when you get into the LED world on this, there's no limit when it talks about wattage. So just remember that your limit is, can I get an LED comfortably into that glass, and that's going to be what you should be concerned with. So that said, I generally get these bulbs on Amazon, and I would probably go for something that would be a 60 to a 75 watt equivalent just to start off with. And there are different types. So this is a phosphorus one, and it has kind of a sheet of orange phosphorus in the middle. But you're going to find more of these, and these are the cob LEDs. They look like corn cobs, basically. They have lots of little facets and even on the end, and they're going to come in lots of different ways. They're going to offer these to you in different colorways too, as far as the colors coming out, and we measure that in Kelvin. Talk about it in every video. 2700 Kelvin, that's going to be super yellow. And if you're using this in a bathroom, I probably wouldn't necessarily go there because it's going to cast a yellow light on you. They're also going to offer this to you in something called daylight, which sounds like it should be warm, like sunlight, but it is not. That is that bluish white light. You may see that in like an airport bathroom or like a convenience store. It's kind of like an overcast day. That's the bluish white light. 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is warm white or soft white, and that's going to be the warmth of an incandescent bulb from my youth, which we like to use. That's the light coming down right now onto this desk from these LEDs above. So that's 3,000 Kelvin. That's what we like to use here. So my take on this, if I was going to be using this anywhere, I'd probably go for a 3,000 Kelvin warm white, soft white, just to begin with. If you're going to be using this in an application where you do want to dim it, just buy dimmable bulbs. There's no problem with that. And then they're very inexpensive, so don't be afraid to buy different bulbs. You might even find a 100 watt equivalent, 75 watt equivalent, and try them out and just see if they work. You'll probably be able to use these in other applications down the road, but don't be afraid that you're not going to get the light out of this that you think you're going to get, because it will provide quite a bit of light. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand blown. This piece is hand blown first in clear, then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this, and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. On those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway, because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.